Now guys, in that one today, I want to show you a video of a Jamaican that went viral. And the reason why the video went viral is because of him living condition. Now, for add insult to injury, the landlord also raised the rent. So what him do, he make a video, just basically a vent, and I say the landlord do this and the landlord do that, and what the landlord never do, and where him rent come from to where him rent reach now. And of course, you know, the video went viral. So again guys, we are going to take a look at it, we are going to break it down, and to be fair to the landlord, me are going to look on it through the landlord's eyes, and to be fair to him, me are going to look on it through his eyes also. Now with that being said, remember that this channel is dedicated to the real, raw and uncomfortable conversations that Jamaicans just simply need. We're calling out the issues, behaviors and mentality that just keep holding us back. So expect no sugarcoat, expect no excuses. So from economics to culture to just everyday lifestyle, I will be diving into topics that many people are just afraid to touch. So again guys, this one is going to be a good one. See you on the other side. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Check Yourself JA. Guys, my name is Andre, and as usual, if you're stopping by for the first time, please consider subscribing, and while you're at it, just go ahead, smash that like button for me, I would really appreciate it. Also, remember to hit that post notification bell, so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Now, without further delay, let's jump into it.
Look on my fridge. I'm in the fridge now, so it's rusty and dirty, and I find me live. And my fridge at Jamaican no stay. So look, I find me living now. And every time I talk to my landlord about my fridge, in
that crazy.
Move. Oh, me I go put you in the fridge. I say, tell me when you buy the fridge, move me something and put you in the fridge. I go do a little history. My rent was 5. My rent come from 470 for no long I live here. And I raise it to 5. Then I raise it for 550 for a while. About 7 months ago, the man raised it to $750. Get me now. 750, you know, that's 200%, you know. I come again, you know, my bathroom, you have a whole window here, so people.
No, it's not.
Have a whole window here, so. And him changed this window about 4 days ago. And you have a whole window, you know. And now the man will give me note, give me paper about rent I go raise. In 2 months' time for $1,000. Mr. Donald Trump's. Me I make a speech on social media, you know, said these landlords take we for ATM machine, you know. And it's true. These private people who own these places in America, Mr. Trump, you have to see how they're running it. They are overdoing it. Because in space of 1 year, my rent going to raise, what, 450%, $450. Look, see, my light bill.
No guys, before me jump into any video, you know my style, me have to big up the content creator. And me I go big them up whether me agree with them or me disagree with them. So now that me get that out of the way, me could jump into it. Now right off the bat, me want to start with him living condition. And him start with the fridge. So me could start with the fridge. Yes, him fridge rusty, but is it working? Because that's the first thing the landlord I go say, you know, why am I replacing your fridge if it working? So maybe it don't look good on the outside, maybe, you know, it rusty, maybe it can cut him foot or maybe, but all the landlord I think about is how much it will cost for replace a fridge that is actually working. Now, again, we have to look on it from his point of view and we have to look on it from the landlord point of view. But so far, the landlord can give him a better fridge or even do some form of repairs to the fridge. Maybe, you know, take it out and get it sand down, get it spray over, if him feel like the fridge can go a little longer. But the most important thing that stand out to me is in living condition. Now guys, me live in New York and I understand him situation I'm living in. In order to pay $500, $600, $700 for rent, you basically have to live in a room. You cannot spread out. And if you want to spread out, it will cost you. It will cost you north of $2,500 if you really want to live somewhere where you can spread out. Obviously, him can't do that, and as a result of that, him have to live with what him live. Now, again, me not knock him. Him do that because him want lower him overhead costs. So $600, $700 would that be good. Then him have a little light bill for pay. The landlord will cover the water, and him have him look a cable and look a phone bill, which is perfect. That will probably carry him up to about maybe $1,500, $1,600 a month between housing, him look a light bill, and maybe him look a phone bill, which is perfect. That is less than some people 2-bedroom rent. You follow me? Now, when you take a look at him rent, and him say him rent raise 400%, trust me, if his rent raise 400%, him couldn't afford it. Now, me not gonna knock him for the maths, and you can clearly see the maths off. But again, I understand when I go through. Him basically say 400% because him put on $400 over a period of time. It's not 400% because if for the 400%, him couldn't afford it. Before we go any deeper, make we hear him a say.
Pace of 1 year, my rent gonna raise what 450%, $450. Look, see, my light bill, when it touch them time of year, a light bill go up from $90 to $144. One to these business private sector we are run Tico and these phone place and these cable place. You look on your cable bill, you see $2, $3 go on pan it. Look here, similar lawyer give me, him just give me something rent I go raise to $1,000. You see, when the Jamaican people have it hard America, you know. Miss right now, me can't have nobody at Jamaica about me pitney them, you know. And who close to me, you know. Now tell a man that, you know. Me never want nobody call me, no brother. Me not take it out for uno. But right now, Mr. Donald Trump, the Prime Minister of the United States of America.
What?
The big hopper, the country of opportunity. The people here, they are taking, the private sector and the business people here are taking dangerous, drastic action to get hard-working people. When we work with money, we have to hand it over to them like we are ATM. Come on, man.
No, when him a complain about $1,000 rent, that is a slap in the face to somebody who spend $3,000 per rent. No, me get it. Maybe them have nice stainless steel. Maybe them have nice stove and vent and hood. Maybe them have 1, 2 or 3 bedroom. Maybe them have them own carport. Maybe them have them own everything. Him not have that. But the question is, are you willing to spend $3,000 for nice appliance? Me not think him have it for spend. Because when him complain about the light bill, now everybody know in America say depends on the season your light bill will fluctuate. And as I can clearly see the graph, winter your light bill will go up because now you burn more fuel, you use the heat for warm up the house. Hot days in the summer, your light bill will go through the roof. Now me hear him say something I want to address because him say private sector I take him for eat that or I take poor people money. No, trust and believe me, if that apartment was owned by a private sector or Wall Street, him couldn't live there, so. Him couldn't afford to even live there, so. So me could get that out of the way because that apartment is not owned by Wall Street or none of these big private equity companies. Flat out. So that means him a rent from a local Jamaican, him a rent from a local man, a local brother will have a local multi-family and him a try a little thing. Him a room it out and rent it. Clear as daylight.
Big hopper, the country of opportunity, the people here, they are taking, the private sector and the business people here are taking dangerous, drastic action to get hard-working people. When we work with money, we have to hand it over to them like we are ATM. Come on, man. No, man, look at my fridge. I know how long me I complain about the fridge I get rusty. Me tell him change the rubber, him come not leaking. Now him come, him raise my rent from $550 to $275 to $750, and now him tell me say to go $1,000 in a 3 months because he fixed this window in a 4 day. No. Come on, man. That's so pretty, bro. No pretty, man. Right? My times when me pack up and go one back, go live. Me live better off of Jamaica, brother. Right now, me never live in Sophia here. Remember, me I go mortgage a house. Because better me I pay a mortgage to a 12 or 1500 more pay rent for people place when not properly fixed. All me yard. Yo. This a man a crazy brother. It's a landlord a crazy brother. Mr. Donald Trump, we need to hear your voice again, man, to this private sector in the country, man. They're taking poor people for ATM. That's why poor people can't have nothing.
No, let me just address something because him go back and forth to the numbers and it kind of confusing. But in New York, a landlord could raise the rent up to 5%. Some can do more, but 5% every 2 years or on a 2-year lease. So for him, if he might pay $600, the landlord should not look for raising more than about $630 if it's 5%. Give and take, the landlord put on a $50 upon it. That definitely more than 5%, but I don't think him should go higher than that. So me kind of get what I say when it comes to jumping from $600 all the way up to $1,000. Me get what I say. In his defense, the living condition will look good. And it might not get stainless steel. The landlord can do look better with the fridge. And it might put in a new window. And as a result of that, the landlord feel like he want to raise back the rent because film look $600, $700 a cost the landlord. Which me going to address that. Now, me hear him say 2 things where stand out to me. One is, him go back in my yard, nothing go so. Cap. Him not do that. So, me could just take that off of the list. And 2, him say me go buy my own house and move out of the landlord place. Him not do that either. If him thinks that him can go mortgage somewhere in New York for anywhere close to $1,500, him make a sad mistake. $2,000, him make a sad mistake. Him can't mortgage now for even $3,000. So Him attack because him upset, but him really now look on the numbers for what it is. So what gonna happen to him is him just have to stay there, so. Or him have to move to another room situation, or him have to increase him income and see if him can move into somewhere that's a little more expensive where him can handle for the time being until him company him footwear. Maybe him can buy a house. But for now, no way. Now with that being said, let me address the landlord. Now me I go telling you something where nobody now gonna say this on the internet but me. And it's okay. A lot of these landlords are struggling. When I say struggle, I mean real struggle. Them barely I make the mortgage. Them barely I make the water bill. And you might say a man with a one house or a two house or him might rent an apartment or and you think him rich. Him is the furthest thing from being rich. Nowhere close to being rich. Especially if him have a 2 or 3 house and him not have a job or for bringing an income for him. Or for give him proper health care. Because some of them don't even have good dental. No, me know a landlord have him house over 30 years and he still have mortgage on it. And if you call the landlord right now and say this broke down, that broke down, this need to change, that need to change, be a balling. So don't get the idea say because somebody have a house or because somebody mortgage a property, it means that them rich. Them not rich. Them not rich. And keep in mind, when you from apartment 2 call and say something wrong, or somebody call from apartment 3, or somebody call from the basement, or somebody call, it add up. So when you think say, okay, him a collect 4 rent, or him a collect 3 rent, or him a collect 2 rent, or sometimes it don't work. Sometimes they don't even break even. Sometimes maybe after all of the rent collect and all of the bills pay, they only go home with $500. Ask them, they will tell you. If you're close to a landlord, he will tell you. By the time him fix apartment 2, basement broke down. By the time he fix the basement, apartment 3 broke down. By the time apartment 3 broke down, apartment 1 need fridge. True story. Right now, me know this girl moved into an apartment and she got 3 weeks without stove. Why? Because the landlord can't afford to buy a stove. The landlord have to wait for collect the rent in order to go get a stove for putting in the apartment. So you know the landlord do? Buy her a hot plate. Buy her a hot plate. So when you take a look at some of the stuff where hold back a landlord, like increasing interest rate, they might get a ticket because the garbage put out wrong. They might come back and have to fix apartment 2 and apartment 3 at the same time. They might come back and have to cut the grass. Somebody might slip and fall outside. That is a lawsuit. There are so many things to stop a landlord from making money. Maybe somebody in an apartment take 2 years to take out, not paying no rent. But you take it at face value because you see this man with him house and you think say, he might do well. Some of the landlord them not do good. Some of them out of work job same way. Can't left them job. Because the house not bringing enough money for finance him and his family and keep the mortgage going. So back to the situation. When we look on Fiend's story, he can clearly tell him landlord has struggle. Clearly tell him landlord has struggle. The only thing the landlord wants to know is the fridge at work. If you notice him said the landlord can put in new rubber. Now get a new fridge. Not getting a new fridge. Because to the landlord, it at work. That is one less money he must spend in that apartment. Especially if you must pay $1,000 a month. But again, guys, you tell me what you think. You tell me what you see. You tell me if me off. Because me can be off. But you tell me what you see. You tell me what you think. You tell me if you would have lived in that situation there. You tell me what you think about the situation where I'm living in. You tell me if you know somebody even in a situation close to where I'm in and how them handle it. Tell me if you think the landlord are charged too much. If the landlord should have given a brand new stainless steel fridge and some stainless steel equipment. Or you tell me what you think. You tell me what you see, what you think, how you feel. Now, once again, guys, we have come to the end of another video. So if you found value in this video, please go ahead, like, subscribe, and share. Or better yet, if you know someone that might find value in this video, please go ahead and share. And as usual, be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.